And here we go, it's another Saturday in February, and obviously we are doing another Second Life grid drive. I've got something else today that I'd like to start this little stream with, and that is a little custom project that I currently started, or recently rather. Well, it's basically the same. That is, I've been looking into some new Warhammer stuff, because someone was talking about it, got me interested in it, and well, here is where we are. I've bought a lot of minis the last week, and I've actually, you know that one of my biggest hobbies is actually list building in these different tabletop settings and games, and I really love to just try and put together, configure, and min-max these lists. And if it's Star Wars Legion or Warhammer Age of Sigmar, I just sit there and build lists and the hours go by. But the one thing that is usually making these lists even more special is that I put a lot of attention into details, and not just the details, but I personalize the stuff a lot. So obviously that leads to just one logical outcome. I have written a very short, obviously, custom Warhammer battle zone. So if you don't know what that is, usually if you introduce a new faction into the game, or if the creators of the game introduce new factions, you usually get some sort of booklet which gives you a little overview of the new units, of the attacks, of the backstory, the origin, and introduces key figures and stuff. This is basically a several pages long nice book. Since I introduced just a little fan faction into an already existing faction, it's really short. But out of all of the custom battle tome, which is called the Crimson Bernard Bonefield, it sounds awesome because it's surrounding around the Osiark faction, which is basically some knights, skeleton knights. So let me just read you the introduction, not the origins or something, or the key figures, just the introduction, and maybe also we can make it a little game. I read the introduction first, then I read one of the key figures, and you guys can guess in the comment section which key figure this is based on, because this is basically built around an original person that was alive in history. Sounds already interesting, doesn't it? So here we go. This is the introduction part of the Crimson Bernard Bonefield. In a remote corner of Shyish rests a small shrine upon a hill, surrounded by scattered bones and twisted earth. Here a potent and mysterious creature dwells. It is bound to the site with minor godlike authority. For most of its existence it remains dormant, and the land around it lay scared, but still. Only when intruders cross its unseen perimeter does the area steer to deadly vigilance. At the center of this spectral defense stands the creature's mightiest vassal, a long-past military legend, returned and now compressed into a new body at the cost of his former agency. The bound warlord emits a strong presence as he organizes the dead into a lethal system of territory protection. Over time, each fallen trespasser adds to the slow expansion of the shrine's dominion, feeding the ever-growing Bonefield. So that's basically the introduction. The origin is somewhere in the Age of Chaos, which doesn't have to say anything to you if you don't know the lore or anything. I don't know much of the lore either, but I tried to double check it so it don't contrasts with anything. Anyways, now we go to the bound warlord that you guys can guess in the comment section. Let's see if anybody can figure out who it is. So, the bound warlord, a massive construct of bones and crimson armor, hollow eyes staring from beneath a terrifying mask, almost immobile on his mount and in close proximity of the shrine behind. He exists solely to coordinate and project military expertise. His presence alone commands and organizes the skeletal forces into a disciplined, reactive army. His experience from a former life makes him a terrifying leader of elite cavalry, with a great read of the battlefield. And as a little hint, behind the mask he also got a white, big white. Okay, that sounds stupid. It's a white, the white mane. So that's all you get from the key figure. Now let's see if you can guess who it is with the white mane. I hate it when words are just so similar, and I'm not a native speaker, so I struggle even more with them. Anyways, we are going finally to the drive, which is basically what you came for. And here we are. So, that's the wrong window, by the way. And here we are. So, as you can see, we go by nighttime again. And I think the sponsor of the drive today is Vault, which translates into something like water, air and land technology or something. Alright, and with all of this said, we are finally starting the drive. Okay, we are in the middle of nowhere. When I first heard that this drive is sponsored by Walt, the first connection in my mind was, oh my god, it's Walt Disney, we get musicals at the end of every leg. But it's luckily not. That would be kinda crazy to get sponsored by Walt Disney. Well, not myself, but the drives. Interesting area though. So, where are we going? Alright. We are starting by falling down the hills, it seems. They really went all out on the Christmas decorations, oh my gosh. I don't even want to see the electric bill for them. Ooh, are we starting in a hot air balloon? Nope, we're just driving, it seems. Is this a tractor? It almost looks like a land machine. Interesting. Right, it's a road vehicle. And since this is a night drive, I need something with light. But I'm not using the Stratos today because it's black. And a black vehicle in the night is a bit difficult to see, I think. So we're driving in the usual Super 80, which is the Honda S800. And there we go. Alright, let's see where we go. The first destination is Buffalo Springs airstrip. So I'm guessing that we're driving to some airfield and then we're going straight into the air. I don't think that I've ever heard of this airstrip before, but that doesn't have to mean anything. Most of the places I just recognize because I've seen them before and not really by the name. Unless we've really been there a lot. Which in this case I don't think we have. So let's see where we go. It's quite the moderate drive though, about 5 minutes. Yeah, I've already said it before, but I spent a lot of money this week again. Basically, after I finished building this little list of mine for the Warhammer stuff, I went and I bought all of the stuff that I need to build it. And obviously, since I didn't have any of it before, I had to get an entire army for this. But I'm very excited about it, and I also got a lot of Loxely minis from Etsy because I've got some plans. And these plans are gonna be awesome. But I won't be spoiling this. Maybe you can guess who the warlord is, then you potentially get a good idea, but until then I just keep it secret and you have to wait. And it's gonna be quite a long wait, because I think the earliest time where I could even dream about financially getting this list together, and painted of course, is maybe with my Christmas bonus. So we're talking about 10 months. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be built, and it's gonna be epic. That's basically because I'm planning to replace 2 entire units with just proxies. And I will replace the Warlord, which is obviously for the Osiark faction, is gonna be Catacross. But I don't replace the entire mountain, just the Catacross mini. And we also replace the faction terrain piece, which is a really big piece on the battlefield, so I'm very excited about it. And my local store was also very excited when I dropped the order. I was just staring at the kitty in the back and then crashed into the wall. I find these residential areas kinda weird. I get why they are doing this, because it's a very easy way for people to just get a little house, put a little furniture inside and basically call it done, but you are just so restricted within these finished structures, and you are not allowed to break the system or break the obvious tone of the area, and it's just weird. And in order to get one of these residential area places, you basically have to be a premium member, and if you are, then you also got the rights to just buy land, which if you get some abandoned land is very cheap. and I would always get my own land over just some stupid parcel on one of these blocks. That would be easier if, well, not easier, but more convenient if there was at least some shopping areas like stores or cinemas or, you know, bakeries or other things that you can use for role-playing stuff. But this is really just people living in a town, and the town got nothing. They got no post office, they got no bakery, they got no cafes. And I don't know, but I don't see the appeal in living in a place like this. And I find it really strange that there's these many tractor signs on the resting areas. And maybe this is just the place where all of the farmers live. I'm so tired again today. I don't know what it is, but recently I'm always dead tired on the weekend. Oh, I got another story to tell, oh my god. So I ordered a package from the United States, and I think it was on the 23rd of December. Yeah, I know, it's short before Christmas and stuff, so there was obviously a delay, but the delay was crazy. I've been waiting for almost 2 months for the package just to arrive in my country. And when it finally did, I got an email where they said, okay, listen up, we got your package, but we are trying to deliver this on Monday, when basically during the times where I'm at work, so I missed the package delivery, and they wanted to place it in one of these post boxes that you see everywhere popping up. So that means that you get a piece of paper with a little code, and you can just drive to one of the post boxes, scan the letter, and then you get your package. But I took the letter, drove to the post box, and what do you know, the box did not know about my package. And that is when I got home and found another letter in my mailbox, which said, well, we tried to deliver to the post box, but we couldn't, so instead we are delivering your package to the next post office. Okay, that's one wasted drive. But alright, I took the letter again, and the next day after work, I tried to get to the post office. Little did I know that on this day there was some sort of a local holiday, and the post office had closed half a day. So obviously I missed my package again. I was already quite annoyed at this point, but okay. I just took the letter with me on the next day, and I drove to the post office again, which was on Friday, where I usually work shorter hours. So I get off work at 1 p.m. 30, and I stand in front of the post office, and the post office got a little notice outside saying, hey buddy, we are about to close down over here. And we got shorter opening hours. And on Fridays they close on, what do you know, at 1 p.m. Great. So I obviously did not get my package again, and I got even more annoyed. And I drove there again on Saturday. And I picked up my package, I opened my package, and the stuff was damaged. Fantastic. Just my life. So yeah, and after getting this package after 2 months and hunting it down for 4 days, I now opened up a case on eBay and tried to get my money back. And I wonder why I'm always tired. Alright, so I guess this is the landing strip. And, oh, what the heck. Random people incoming. I guess we're continuing in the airplane. But it's actually crazy how often it happens that I'm just so unlucky with anything that I order. This time was just especially crazy. Alright, we're just waiting for the hut at this point, which is still loading. And then I guess we get a map. And then we find out where we go. Alright. The SLTI'd Fawn Cliff. Doesn't ring a bell either, but we don't get a map. Alright. Oh my god. Okay, instead of taking off, we were just supposed to wait over here. So we are stopping for the map. Here we go. And we are taking off for real this time. So this is gonna be a rather short flight, I think. Just about 4 minutes. And I think this is the first time that we are flying during the night. Which I guess isn't really any more interesting or not, since it's just the sky again. But at least we are getting some stars this time. I wonder where the moon is. I'm pretty sure that there's supposed to be the moon somewhere. Okay, maybe inside of the clouds. I have no idea. Oh, I think we are way too high now. Alright, there we go. At 175 meters altitude. Okay, and we are getting very close to a corner. That is something I definitely don't want to fly into. I've been listening to the weather reports, and oh my gosh, it seems that after finally getting some 10 to 12 degrees, we are actually looking to get some winter time back. And in the middle of the next week, I think they said it's gonna snow again, which I really hate a lot. Snow shoveling is just about the worst. Okay, we're already past the halfway point. Something else that I realized recently is that we're finally back in the time where it's getting a lot brighter again in the mornings. And I think I turned too early. So all of the last weeks it was so dark outside when you got out for work. But recently, especially this week, we had so much light in the morning, it was awesome. You didn't even need any lights. That means that the days are finally getting longer again. For most of the winter time, I don't even open up the window shutters. If you just leave the house in the morning when it's dark and you get home in the dark, there is no point in just opening them and closing them again. I already had a neighbor that checked in on me because she thought that I died. But I'm still alive, I guess. Okay, we are seeing the landing area. And I'm guessing that we are flying past and then approach it from the back. Or the hut is just stuck. Either of both can be true. Alright, so we are finally turning. Also, I've seen that there's a sale on Steam again, but this time it's for Capcom games. And Capcom is quite a big deal. But the sale is only about 50%, which I don't know. I think it's not really enough for some of the old games. So I'm not really very interested in it. But if you guys like some old Capcom games and you want to get a better deal on some, then maybe check it out. And we have arrived. I think this is the first time that we see an airport at night. And it's kinda interesting with all of the landing signals. Alright, it looks like we're going to the dining area. And the lamps are not working, which is kinda stupid. This could be a really nice area if just the lights were active. Nobody's testing the satellites. Everybody's just living in Second Life on an always daylight circle. There's an area called Fiji. I wonder if it's islands or maybe a mountain. Imagine Mount Fiji. There's a place called Philadelphia. That is probably a place that is made by Trump. Okay, let's just take a quick look around while we are waiting. So there's another bar upside, upstairs. And a helicopter landing. There's an interesting area over there. Why would anybody plant anything inside of these empty holes in the ground? Why are they there in the first place? Mysteries. Okay, there's really just a tree inside of this hole. But there seems to be a playing table. Yeah, everybody, I guess, just heard the sound of the meme. Oh no, my table. Okay, we are going to the warehouse. Guess it's over here. Okay, there's an entire subsystem over here. I think I will be making a poll where I'm just asking you guys which are your favorite Second Life environments. And then we are picking some of them, so we don't always cycle, but we just play on 2 or 3 favorite settings. I will probably make it after this drive. Sounds like a good idea. And I don't have to take track of which is the current cycle and which daytime we have to play at. Okay, we are back in an off-road capable vehicle. Alright. I was considering to take the Marauder for a ride, but off-road on a motorbike, it doesn't sound like a good idea at night. It sounds like the kind of ideas that definitely end up in the hospital. Alright, so we are back in the car. Oh, we have to get a crate first. Of course we do. Ouch, that was a huge crate, oh my gosh. Alright, and we are waiting for the hut again. Our favorite pastime. Waiting for the hut. And here we go. And we're going to Triasen. Or Triasen. I have no idea where that is. I just know that it's not a good idea to drive over the airport. Okay, let me just clear the map. This is really irritating. Oh my gosh, I already clicked it twice. There we go. This does not look like a road. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be here. I think I was supposed to drop down. That is not off-road, that is crazy. Alright, there we go. And I think I need a new exhaust after this. Oh my gosh. The first security orb of the day. So there's a lot of abandoned land over here. So if you're looking for some place and you wanna be next to an airport, then definitely check out this area. And it's also in a place, or in a region that is called Baba Yaga, which is very funny. Because I think Baba Yaga is all too rich. And there's more abundant land in Velkaya. Or Velkure. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Oh, there's a lot of nice area names. Basilisk and Gorgon. I think this is a Greek area. A lot of Greek-inspired names over here. I wonder what the next is. Maybe Zeus. Or Poseidon. Belphegor, okay. And we continue the trend. And I see a pattern, it's definitely Greek mythology. And it's creatures and monsters. So maybe the next is Firestone. I have no idea what that is. I kinda expected Cerberus or something. Okay, we're leaving the vehicle over here. And do something. And there goes the vehicle. I guess I should have entered the sandbox. Or I can always rest a new one. It's still kinda unfortunate. Interesting area. I think I'm supposed to fall inside of the center of this. You're right then. Oh no, this is a maze. Right. I think we've been here before. This is a really long fun house. And it's basically just a sort of riddle. Oh, these are bumpers. Interesting. This does not look like the last one. Okay, we found the right one. Okay, I did not see that coming. These are always really strange. Okay, this is the place where you get motion sickness. Okay, what the heck? I kinda expected one of them to be not physical or something. Maybe we're just walking through the walls or so. Maybe not. There we go. Okay, interesting. So this is almost like a really big escape room, but without the puzzles. Okay. The rooms are getting more and more bizarre. Oh, it's one of these glass mazes. You usually see them on markets and festival areas. There we go. Okay, well we somehow I guess we ended up in the handbag of someone. And into the fridge. Okay. I'm just waiting to get attacked by a womper. I don't have my lightsaber with me. I almost fell into the pool. Okay, we're just following the way up. And I guess this is the next area. Oh, this is terrible. I already see people getting some strokes on the screen. Hey there, Ecap. All interesting, we are inside of a big flipper machine. It's not very strong though. I remember that there was a Sega game which was called Sonic Pinball or something. That was really funny. And it was basically just a really big pinball game. And this reminds me of the Super Mario area where you had this room, you had some What's it called? The level with the mushrooms and the piranha plants, where you could play either as a really small Mario or as a giant Mario. David and Goliath. Okay. Add some creepy smileys. Okay, where's the exit? Maybe behind the creepy one. Maybe not. This one's tricky. And maybe the room is bigger than we thought. Is this where we came from? No, it's not. Okay, I think I see the entrance over there. Or the exit. Since these are all doors, I guess we can just... Oh, I see. This one's not opening at all. Okay, we are definitely getting closer. Nice. And there we go. Oh my gosh. And the Elden Ring section. Oh, that was close. That was a little bit too close. Okay, I can already see the exit. Okay, this is basically just another glass maze. I did not expect a nightclub over here. That's really funny though. Okay, I already saw really nasty creatures. But I think it's just ants. Okay. I just wait and expect them to jump scare us. Imagine they just jumping forward. It kinda gives me the vibes from digging a hole. Wait a second. Wait a second, how do we get in there? I'm coming through. Oh my gosh. I should have definitely picked up a jacket on the way. Okay, we are going from winter to sand castle. And there's a pipe, so maybe we go into a pipe. But I think we go into the castle instead. Maybe not. Are we really just going into the pipe? Nope, we are definitely going to the castle. Why do I get some meat grinder vibes over here? Okay, there we go. And the Minecraft section. Just very flat blocks. Alright. Most of the rooms are really just walking through and calling it a day. Oh, this is inside of a wave. That's really pretty though. And right into a submarine. Okay, and this is a fridge. Are we jumping into the donut? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm guessing that one of these is just... There we go. I kind of feel like a hamster inside of a really big hamster cage. Especially with these things over here. That is just hamster in a cage. Wait a second. Okay, so if this is the end, then there has to be another invisible wall somewhere. Maybe not. Okay, this is the first one that is actually a little bit difficult. So we're definitely behind the fridge, because there's some clipping. Do I have to go down over here? I think we had to go down. Alright. That was very misleading though. Oh my gosh. Snakes and lettuce. Dang it. I'm not sure where we have to go though. Ah, I see it, okay. And I missed. Did I mention that I'm not very good at platforming? Oh, the snake is not standable. Interesting. There we go. Okay, under the ocean. This is a super long puzzle game though. I wonder what this is all about. Maybe one of these is not physical and we just have to walk inside of it. Or maybe all of this area is just designed to waste our time again. Or maybe it's over here. Nope, that is just the entrance. Okay. So if we don't go down in the middle, then there definitely has to be another way. Wait a second. That is not the same one. Okay, we solved the puzzle. Oh, there's different layers. Okay. I guess we are going up this time. Oh, there's corners missing. There we go. So, where do we have to go from here? Okay. And into the green triangle. Down the mountains. Is this an alien? Or just lava? I think it's lava. Okay. Or maybe it's slime. Some orange slime. There's not much again. What the heck? Okay, that's... oh my gosh. That looks a bit unhealthy. But I guess I just have to find the right one. And we made it to the next floor. Okay, it's one of these again. I think we made it outside. Oh, there's a glass wall. Okay. Celebrated too early. My bad. I'm guessing that this is the next route. Maybe not. It's gotta be one of them. Okay, not to this one either. Did I just find the way by accident? Nope. Huh. Oh, I'm guessing that I just have to go over here and yeah, it's one of these staircase things. Alright. Okay, a crazy laboratory. I really thought that this was a portal. Okay, since this is not a portal, I guess. Or do we have to get zapped? Ah, there we go. I knew that looked suspicious. You. Dinosaur eggs. Okay, so we found our way to the solar system. I don't think that the planets are quite this fast. Also, I see nothing. Okay, we are back in the hamster world. Oh my god, this is literally a hamster wheel. Okay, we made it to the other side of the flipper machine. Okay, another solar system. And right into the sun. What the heck is this? Oh my god, I'm lagging so bad. There's a green rock. There we go. Oh my god, there's landmines. And right into the bunker. Okay. So you actually get some gas masks over here. I wonder if we are already close to the exit. Nope, just a really big living room. That works for me. I guess we're just living here now. Okay, let's check behind the television. Ah, right. Okay, some building blocks. The rooms are really bizarre. And they are not getting any better. Oh my god, this is the halfway point. It's crazy. At least we get some snacks. But I think that we continue with the drive. Instead of wasting another 15 minutes in here. Alright, that is some sort of amusement park over here. And I guess we are sitting on this one. The game park police. Okay, I think this is just a really big, what's it called, Hollywood swing or something. Oh no, it's actually a ride. Interesting. Oh, I thought we are done. This is a long ride, oh my gosh. And now we're done. Well, it was interesting. Okay, there's another ride. And I think they also got some board games over here. So if you ever want to challenge the maze, you just have to come over here to Glinda on 82-201-86. Good luck, and I hope you brought a lot of time. Okay, it looks like we are going back to the vehicle that is no longer there. Or you could also get a landmark over there. Okay, it looks like we are done with this part of the drive. I can't believe we are only on the third leg. It's already been the entire hour. I feel like this is gonna be a long day. Okay, let's get the vehicle out again. And there we go. Just lining up with the ramp because I think, yep, this is where we leave. Let's just get the lights back on. And we are ready to take off. Okay, so we are back at the Greek monster name puzzle names. Let's see what the next is. Ernest Bluff. Yeah, I think we are no longer in the mythology area. A ravine. Yeah, that sounds very random. So we are driving to AT Logistics. And it seems that we are almost there already. Oh my gosh, the region is called Soul Giver. Also, that's a really nice castle over here. Schloss Dunkler Wald. Okay, that's actually German. And it translates to Castle Dark Forest. So it's probably a Black Forest castle or something. I'm not sure if it's based on an actual castle, but it definitely looks interesting. And there's also a bus stop. So maybe they offer some tours or something. Okay, I did not see that crossing coming. And I think I just lost the road a little bit. Oh no, we actually still are on it. Fantastic. I just missed one of the stops. Okay, we are back on the road. Also, hey there, Slim. Definitely an interesting area we are here. I don't think that we've been here often before, so there's not much that I recognize from former drives. Which is honestly rare enough. Yep, I totally planned to park over here. Not gonna lie, it's kind of interesting looking though. I wonder what this is. It almost looks like a space hub or something. Yep, totally planned. Right. I think it's only 2 minutes left. So we are pretty close. And there's another corner incoming. You gotta love them. Oh, also, happy Valentine's Day. I almost forgot about it. I literally just got up this morning and checked my mails, watched some YouTube, and then passed out on the sofa again. But yeah, it's actually Valentine's Day, which I almost forgot. And that was another corner, which I also forgot. Alright, here we go. There are still a lot of snow areas in Second Life. Okay, just one of these self-driving buses. We've got a lot of these. And we are almost there. 30 seconds. And of course, I missed the turn again. Oh, this is an airport. I remember this area. It looks so different at night. I did not expect the lag. Holy moly. Alright. Down this little tunnel. Da-dum. I think there was something on the side that I simply didn't see it. And we are back to the port. Catch the boat trailer frame. I don't see a boat trailer frame. What? I don't see a boat. I think that's because the car was returned before. So instead of the boat that we are supposed to sit on, we're just using our own. And it's gonna be the little... where is it? The shark boat. I just hope it got some lights. Oh no, it doesn't have lights. Well, we are heading out to the night, to the dark sea. During the night. Yeah, that makes more sense. It is so pitch black outside. You see nothing over here. Okay. But I definitely know now where we are. We are in the upper right corner of the mainland. That is basically interrupted by just a few really big islands. We did come through this place when we did the Easter egg hunt. It's a shame that the lights are not working on this. But then again, I think the visual heating was only 300 Linden dollars, which roughly translates to maybe $1. So I'm not really complaining. Okay, we should be getting closer. There's a lot of traffic on the sea, oh my gosh. I wonder if there's some sort of event. Maybe a yacht club or something. I get a feeling that this may be the last stop on our tour. Since we are going to the water, air, land technology area. It kinda sounds like the sponsor's place. There's so many small boats around here. I think I was supposed to take the turn over there. Okay, let's just get back and into this little harbor over here. Looks interesting enough. And we are lagging again. Ouch, oh my gosh. Okay, there we got some Japanese text on top. But I don't think that is supposed to happen, so whoopsie, I guess. But it looks like we are done anyways. And it looks like we are done with the drive. And now I'm really glad that we spent a lot of time in the maze. Because otherwise this would have been a really short drive. Alright, let's see what we got. I don't think that we got some routes over here, so I'm not sure what kind of vehicle we got in the box. In case it's a water vehicle, we can just test it out here. A jet boat. Yeah, that fits. Let's unbox it. And we are racing the jet boat from Walt. I would say that we are doing the vehicle test during the daytime. Just to give them a fair display of the jet boat. Also, it seems like we got an entire example track. It's interesting. It looks like it's already in the water. It's sinking before I got inside. It's kinda small, but also kinda cute. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Is this one of the... Okay, so you have to type start. Oh my gosh. I instantly banked it. Whoopsie. I just wanted to see if I can, you know, do some tricks or jump or stuff. But it's one of the vehicles that just die on the ground. Also, it's not really fast. This is already the maximum speed. There you go, some water donuts. There's an entire box that is saying mini boat textures, so I'm guessing that this is actually... It is super loud. I'm guessing that you can just edit and change the textures and stuff. Since we got the texture box. Yes. So you can basically just make this vehicle anything you want. And this is the texture. Kinda weird. But you can definitely recolor the stuff. Make it a black boat. Maybe some slightly pastel pink. And a dark leather seat. They're already much better. Alright, I think that's enough introduction from this little boat over here. It was an interesting drive. I'm really glad that we spent a lot of time in the maze because I think we were supposed to do so. And yeah, I hope that all of you guys have a nice rest of your day, and if you watched this far, thank you very much. If you like the content, please consider to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, especially since I think YouTube changed the algorithm and every single like really helps this time. And yeah, so don't forget to drop in the comments which warlord you think is explained in the custom Warhammer thumb. And yeah, that's all from me for today. I hope you have a nice weekend, and I see you next time. Bye!